Welcome to Data Analytics blog. So today I'll be showing us how I was able to create this beautiful and interactive dynamic dashboard in Excel. And yes, you can do so many things in Excel. You can create beautiful dashboard in Excel. You can automate your reports in Excel. So this particular dashboard is about the different or commercial banks in Nigeria, and I analyzed commercial banks in Nigeria. You divided them into 4 regions, and from there I can get my various total number of banks for each region and also in each state in Nigeria. So this is just to show us different banks we have in different regions in Nigeria, and also the various states, the state plus the FCT Abuja, making it 7 in Nigeria. So this dashboard actually got my data from Google. I googled the website, just Google list of commercial banks in Nigeria, and this particular website actually gave me what I wanted. So I look at various websites before I actually got what I wanted. So this particular website gave me the state, the branch, and also various address and source code for each commercial banks in Nigeria. I have about 17 banks with their details. So I collated my data together into various sheets. Yes, I collated them into various. I actually put them together into various sheets. Yeah, this is the analysis. After that, I collated them together and consolidated it into one Excel sheet. Then do some data cleaning, divide it into 4 regions before I start using it for my analysis. So this is the raw data that I use for my analysis. So how to get this data now is just go to the link below, then click on that link, and it will take you to my portfolio website. So just come here, click on data, to take you right to this day, and once you click on data, to take you will see view raw and also download. So I already downloaded my data. So this is my own data for this particular Excel sheet. So this is my data that I use after I've already separated them into various regions. You can see now that I divided it into 4 regions: east, north, south, and west. So that is all about my data. Now the first thing that I now want to do now is to create this dynamic dashboard. Before then, let me just talk more about this data. So these are various banks I use. This is what I will use to filter. So if you filter for any bank here now, it will give you information on that particular bank. So I filter for Access Bank, it's giving me information about Access Bank in Nigeria, or in all the regions. So I like for East now, we have 474 Access Bank in the East. So now you can see 12%. And also now in various states, you can see that I got the information for the various states. I stated it into a map, so you can view different banks for various states using this map. The map for each region will give us various states in under those regions. So this is for Benue, this is for East, giving us how many states? I think we have 6 states in the East, and also other region. You can see this is for North, and this is for the green is for South, and the last one is for West. So we have, so if you filter for any bank, it will give you the number for each bank here. And if I unfilter, it will give me the total number for each bank, for all the commercial banks in Nigeria. So the total number of commercial bank in the East is this, and for North, for South, and the last one for West. Now, before we start our analysis, I want to change one of the states. I want to change it to south. I wrongly put it into another region. So, and the state is Akwa Ibom. Just go to say filter for state, then click on Akwa Ibom here and change it to south. Change it to south so that I will have the right map for that. Change it to south. Save it, then on filter. Now we can now start our analysis. So to create my pivots or to create my donut chart, so the progressive donut, the first thing is to go to insert my pivot table. So just highlight your data, just have done. Once you've highlighted your data, go to insert, go to pivot table, click this, then click OK to take you to another sheet for our pivot. So now the first thing is to add my region to my row, then my state, my bank name, total number of bank. So this is the total number of bank for each region. Then again, I want to show it as percentage. So you add the bank name against value, making it 2. So now you can highlight this, then change it to percentage, highlight the second values and right click, go to show as, then go to column, percentage of column total. You can see now that we have it as percentage. So I'm reducing the decimal places to 0. So now that we have that, the next thing now is to bring our state. So just do a pivot chart, pivot table for our state. So just copy this, then paste it here. Then you can now remove this and add your state to row. So you can see now that we have it for state and for region. So now the next thing that I'm going to do now is I want to subtract this from 100, this particular percentage. I want to subtract it from 100. So how am I going to do this? That is just to input my formula equals to 1 represents 100%, so equals to 1 minus this. If you click on this, it will give you error. So just say 1 minus column we are having these values is column C. So what is this? This is actually row 4, 1 minus C4. You can see that it has automatically clicked on that. So enter, then you drag your value down. So that is all. The next thing is to insert our donut chart. So what you have to do is to click on empty cell. Make sure that you are on empty cell. Then go to insert, then come to donuts and click on this donut chart. Now that we have a chart, though it's still empty, so how do I make it into this particular design, this particular chart? So now the next thing that I'm going to do is right click on it, then go to select data. You can right click or go to chart format and click on select data. Click on select data, then come to add. Then here you had number 1 in 20 places, separate it by comma. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So then close your bracket, come here, click OK. Close your bracket, click OK. Then click OK. So now we have a donut chart in this particular design that we have different color. So now next thing now is to format my chart. Click on it, then come right to this plus sign, then remove your chart title and the legend. So now I want to format my chart area. Click on the chart, click on format, come to fill. I don't want it to be fill. I don't want outline. Click on no outline. Now we have, the next thing to do now is to fill our chart. So you click on it, then right click and go to format data series. Once you've done that, you can reduce the size of your donut hole into any one that you want, any design, any size that you want. I want my donut chart into this. So now come right here and click on solid fill. Then you can change the design to, I want now the first donut chart is for east. I want the design to be in this blue color. So that's for east. So now the next thing now that you're going to duplicate it so that we have it for other region, other three region. So duplicate it. I have for my north. I have for my south. Then I have this for my west. So I have for south, east, and west, and then north. So now I want to add the information for the east for this particular chart. So how do I do that? To have my secondary donut chart. So I will right click on it, then go to select data, come right here, click add. Then now here you have the name of your series as east. Then just click on east here on the pivot table. Then come here and click the number, the various value corresponding to east. That's the actual percentage and the percentage left. Then click OK. Okay, so you can see that we have two donut charts now. Now to make my east donut chart, the new donut chart for as secondary, make it secondary axis. So you right click on it and go to change chart type. So come right here and mark this east as secondary axis. So now I have my secondary axis here. So now the next thing that I'm going to do right now is to change the chart. Change the chart to this, or change it to, for me to review, to have my primary axis. I want to see my primary, I want to keep visible my primary axis. So what we are going to do is click on this, right click on it and go to format data and go to fill. So go to solid fill, then come here, click on white, and then increase the transparency to about 20 something or 20. Then come to this second blue small line, then change it as no fill. So now I have this design for my east. Now that I have my 4 donut chart for each region, now it's time to add the value. So you can also align them. Just click and make sure you're clicking on your control key. You can highlight them into various the size you want. You can align distribute horizontally and also vertically, and also the size you want. Oh, that's gone. Let me just put 2.21. Then this 2.24. So I think it's okay like this for me. You can just resize yours to various size that you want. I think west is south is small, so you can resize it to various size that you want. Now before I start adding values to this, so what I want to do first now is to start my dashboard. So insert another Excel sheet here, click on this and insert a new sheet. Then I want to start my dashboard for this. So what I will do now is to first go to view, Then I want to remove headings and grid line. So now the next thing that I'm going to do now, I want to insert a triangular, rectangular shape. So go to insert, go to illustration, or if it is shape that you're having anything, then click on shape, then click on this rectangle, then make sure that you're holding your control key and just do the size that you want. I want mine like this. So you can format it to the color that you want. I want my color to be Nigeria color, that's green. Then I'm removing the outline. So now I want to bring my charts. I want to bring it here. So just click on it. Click on it. I'm clicking on everything. I'll cut it, Control X, then bring it here. So you can deselect. Now you can now put it into various. Just make sure that you separate them and give it space because of the other value that you want to add. So now, oh, so now my charts are here. This is my chart. My 4 donut progressive chart are here. So now I want to start adding my values into various charts. So now the first thing that I'm going to do right now is to insert a shape. Go to insert, then click on shape and insert a rectangular shape. So I'm restarting this. So now once I have my rectangular shape, the next thing I'm going to do now is to go to this. Make sure that you click on your formula is thick here because we are going to make use of it. So now that we have it, now come right here, this formula side equals to, go back to my pivot, then insert my the number for my value for my north, that is for north. So for east now, so that's the total number of banks, commercial banks in east, which is this. So now if I do it that it will give me it will give me error. So what I'm going to do is remove some information here, then give it to this. So now you see that it's reference C A3, and A3 is the row, the title for each row. So now I'm going to change it to A4, where my value is actually is. You can see now that's for east. So now you can now start formatting this. Just click on it, come to home, then I want to format my shape. I don't want it to be fill. Then I want it to be, I don't want the outline. I don't want outline. I don't want outline. Is. So now just highlight this. Highlight on this. Highlight on it. Go to home and just do your format. So I want to change the color to blue. Blue that I'm using here. Then can just look for any format. I want to use this format. Franklin Gotti. That's what I want to use. You can use any format. Then I want to bold it, and I'm increasing the front side. I'm increasing the front side. Yeah. Go to home again, then bring it to the middle. So I'm placing it to east. I'm placing it here. So I have my east. So now I can do for, then double click on it, paste it here, double click, double click. So this one I'm changing it to not. I like on not. Then change the color. I light and change the color. So changing the color side to red. So this I'm changing it to south. Highlight. Highlighting on the number on the text box. I'm changing it to green. This. Then I'll write south. So this I'm going to highlight on the text, then change it to the color of my west and change the name to west. Oh, I think that's not the color. Let me change the color to the particular color that I use. I use this color. So now I think my front size is too big. I can reduce it. Just make sure that you right click on everything with your control key down. Then you can reduce the size. So I think it's fine like this. So now the next thing is for me to bring my values. So just click on any of these. So the first value is my east. So double click on this, bring it here, duplicate again. Then so this is the first one that I did. Bring it up. You can reduce it. So I light on it, transfer it. Now I want to go and bring my value for it. So total number and the percentage. So equal, so you do the same thing. Go back to your pivot. Then this is the total number. So now it will be this. So now the other time you can actually now to be this. So now it will be, I'm referencing B now, column B. That's B3. That's B4. You can see now it has given me the number for that. So now what we do, just make sure that you align it here. So here I have my B4, which is the count. So now you can just, what you will just do now is come here and format paint, then put it here. Here. Now here I want to write my percentage. My percentage is referencing C4, column C, row 4. So what I will just do here is change this to C. That's all. So you can see now it has given me my percentage. Again, bring your, you can just bring it here. I want to make sure that everything align. So just make sure I will still group them so that it will not be moving. Then again, I will format paint. So now that we have done that, so now I want to reduce the size. Of this particular the percentage. So just highlight on the text box, just the text box. Highlight on it. Highlight on the text box. Then come to home. I'm reducing the front size for that one. So now the next thing is to bring my value for not. I want to bring my value for not. So do the same thing. Duplicate, come here, duplicate again, then come here. So now my not is referencing. So now for not, what's the, you can see now, this is what I want to do. So the column, the value for not is referencing B5, for south is referencing B6, then for north, for west is referencing B7. That's for the count name, that's the total number of, and the percentage is referencing column C. So you can just be changing the column or letter. So now I have for not, so I will just write B. I write B here, B5. That's for my not. Then I'm going to format the paint. Just format it, click on paint. The same way I did that for north, for west. Format. Format it, yes. Now I'm bringing my percentage. So my percentage is referencing C5. Just change it here, C5. So you can see now. So you can format it. So now you can reduce the front size. Reduce the front size. Let me see the front side for this. So you can reduce it, then leave it like that. We'll still align everything. So now we do the same thing for east, and also for south, and also for east, for west. So duplicate. So my west is referencing C7 right now. C6. So west is referencing 6, 7, and south is referencing CC. That's for percentage. And the count name is referencing BC. So just change it to C, then come right here and change it to BC. So you can see that it has changed. It has changed, then format it. Format it. Click here. Just click here. Then click here. Now we formatted, then here we change it to CC, C6. So now we can see that it has, so you format it, just format, click on format. Come right here. Now we reduce the size, highlight it and reduce the size. Highlight it and reduce the size. So that's for my, so now we insert the value for west. So we had the value for west. So west is referencing C7. That's B7. B7. That's for count. Then you can now format it. Format it. So just click on format, go to home. Format. So now that's my value for west. Now this is reference, the percentage is referencing C7. C7. That's from my pivot table. So this, just market. Now we have it. Now we have all our value here now. Now the next is just to align them. Just click on each of the text. I want to align this particular percentage. I want to align them. So click on everything. Then I want to change the format to, let's say, 14. Let me see. Yes, 14 is okay. Format to 14 is okay. It's okay. So you just make sure that everything is aligned together. Everything is aligned together. So that's what we do before you group them. Now I want to group my what's it called, my chart with the text box. I want to group them. So how do you achieve that? So just click first. I want to group the values for my hist and the chart. So just right click on, make sure that you are clicking, holding your control key. Make sure you align everything together. Everything is aligned. So now click on this, click on all the text box and hold your control key down. Don't come right there, go to shape format. Let me leave my this. Oh no, I want to leave this here. Go to shape format. This is what I want to do. Always show ribbon so that I won't be clicking. Go to shape format. Then no, not shape format. Okay, yes, shape format. You can right click it to bring group. So now you can see now it has grouped them. So if I'm moving it, you can see that it's not separating. The values are not separating. The text, but they are not separating. They are not moving separately. So now they are moving together. So now I'm going to do the same thing for my notes. Bring my notes here. So you do the same thing for other. Sure that everything is aligned. So now click on that. Just make sure. Then you can right click. Just click on it and hold your control key on all the text box. Go to shape format. Then go to group. You group it. So you do the same for. We do the same for the two region. Now that we have our various charts for each region, is the next thing now is for us to have our various value for each state, and that we are going to create our map. So before map, I'm going to, so now we can't create map directly with using pivot table chart, pivot value. You can't, it will tell us that you can't create this chart type with data inside the pivot table. So what I'm going to do first now is to bring it here into another column. So I'm going to do equals to east, then drag it down, dragging it down. So now the value also equals to this. So just make sure that what you are writing is yours. So that's B column B row 16. So now you drag it down. Now I can start creating my map now. So the first map is this. That's my hist. So just make sure that you click. Don't add the total for the hist. Don't add this. Let me highlight it for us to know what not to add and what to add. So our west is this. This is our west. Where is our south? This is our south. So now the first chart map that we are going to create is our east. So just click on all the value. You can just right click on anything there. So you are clicking on the cell, but don't copy the east. Don't copy the total. So don't copy the region, just the state value. Then go to insert, go to map, then click on map. And see now it's giving us all the map of Nigeria. But right now, what I want is just map the east map only, which is this particular area that we are having this particular figure here. This color. I want this particular. So what I'm going to do now is to click on map, then right click on it, go to format data series, then come right here, map area. I want only region with data to give me. Yes, that's it. So map label, I want all, show all. So you can see now it has given us the total number of the map for east only. So now I want to change the color. So you come to series color. So you can make it 3 color or 2. So I want my color to be deeper. So this, I think I'm okay with this, or I can just change everything to this. So now it's fine. So now you can now change. I don't want my chart title and legend. I don't want it. So format your chart. I don't want it to be fill, no fill, also no outline. So now the next thing that I want to do now is to add my data label. So you just make sure that you are clicking on the map and clicking on the map, add data labels. You can see that it has given us various chart label. So now I want to increase the width of this map. So what I'm going to do that, click on it again, format data series, go to fill, then go to borderline, solid line. You can increase the width to about 1. So that's all for map. For my east map, then I'm going to take it to my dashboard. So just cut it. I'm cutting in, I'm taking it to my region. So this is it here. I can reduce this. You can see reduce the number of your charts, of your map, so that it will size it. So now I have it here. I have it here. Now the next for me, I want to group my my east or map. So now click on this, then click. Make sure you are clicking, holding your control key down, format shape, go to group it. You can see now that if I'm moving it, it will move everything. You can see that everything is moving together. Everything is moving together. So that's all for my east. So I have my detail for my east completed. So now let's move to north. So now go back to your pivot table, then click on the value for north. Now that we have highlighted our north, so now we create our highlighted our north value. We create our map for north. So come here, click map. So now again, only region with data. Click on your map, format data series, then map label, show all, map area, only region with map. Click this. So I'm changing my color to this particular red, changing it also. So now I need to format my chart map. I don't want legend, I don't want title, I don't want outline, I don't want it to be fit. Now I want to increase my what's it called, the width. I want to increase the width. So Go to format data series. Come here, solid fill for my borderline. That's the width. Then come right in and increase the width. So you can see now that we have for different. So for our Abuja here, the data is not showing. The trick that I used was to insert the data. So what I do is what I did was to insert a text box. Then come here, just write FCT. Okay, just equals, come right here, equals to FCT. That's the value. You can reduce the font size. Reduce the font size. So now you have it like this. Now I want to add the label. To duplicate it, I'm adding the label equals to that D24. Change this to D to pick the figure 24. So that's the value for Abuja. So group this. Once you have grouped it, go to shape format. Then group so that you can have it. Then you can format it. I don't want it to be fill and I don't want it to have outline. So now you can now move it here and just move it like this. So move it. You can decrease this to decrease this value. Highlight it and decrease the value. So just make sure that you align it very well. Then you can bring your Abuja to this place. Okay, we can actually fill it to the color that we are having. So go to shape format, then go to fill, use this color. Then your text, fill your text bar, fill it to white for it to be showing. Then fill this to white too. So I've not had my data label. So you can increase it here like this. So that's Abuja. So now add your data label. So I right click, add data label to the order. So now we have our map for North. So I'm moving it to my, okay, I need to group this with the map so that it should separate. Should be. So now I move it to my, so move it here. Move it here. Oh, didn't it move? Okay, so I need to bring the value here. So I need to do what I did there. I need to do it here. That's what I just need to do. So the value did not, I think because I did it. Okay. This is the value. Let's move to the other. Just bring it here. I don't know why it's dragging. I will still figure out why that Abuja is not showing. Then I'm going to do a short video on it, correct it. So now, so the next one is our south. So go to highlight it, go to insert, the map, the only region with map, this show all, and then I'm using color green, this, then this. So add your data label, then format it, go to fill. I don't want solid fill, then increase the width. So remove the legend, go to format, then now we add it to our chart. We add it to our data dashboard. So now we create map also for. The next thing now is to create our slicer so that we can be able to filter by different region, filter by different bank. So I'm going to create my slicer. I'll go back to my pivot, then just click on any of the cell in pivot table that we created, then go to insert, click on slicer, then I want bank name. I want to, so now this is my slicer. So let me now format my slicer. So go to right click on it, then go to slicer setting. Okay, go to property and size, I think. Okay, no, before that, let's connect our all the pivot table that we've created. Let's connect it to our slicer. So go to port connection, then connect everything. So we have pivot table. So now it's connected so that when we are changing, you can see that it's changing. It's changing for both for the region and the state. Pivot chart we created. Now I want to format this. So go to here, click here. I want to create new slicer. Create new slicer. Format. I want this. Then my format fill effect. I want it in this way. I want it in this way. So go back. Let's check. Okay, still go back to format fill effect. Change the color to this. So now you can see it. I want it like this. So click OK. Then you click here for your slicer. Go back here and click here. So this is how I want my slicer to be. Now you can now increase it. Increase the column here. I want it like this. Okay, now you can take it to your dashboard. I'm taking it to my dashboard. So now you can now expand it. And still expand it. You can still increase the number for it. I want it expanded. So let me increase it, making it just, you can see it. So this is my slicer, the way you want it. So this is my own slicer. So like if I click on this now, you can see it's changing. Click on First Bank, it's changing. GT, Polaris, it's changing for both. Click on it, should change for both states. You can see that it's changing for both states. So what we are doing next now is to have our dashboard title. Create dashboard for our create title for our dashboard. Just insert it, name our dashboard. So I'm going to insert, go to text box, then just click on it, then write analysis Nigeria. So now I'm going to format my shape. I'm going to increase the front, then format my shape. Click on no fill. I don't want the outline. Now you can now change the color of your text to white. Then this no fill. So now I want to change it to that particular front that I'm using, this particular front. Bold it, increase the front size, then place it here, just move it up, and now take it towards the left. So now the next thing now that I want to do, so this particular thing that I want to do, I want to link each of my data. So like here now, if I click on raw data, it will take me to raw data. If I click on pivot, it will take me to pivot. So I want to do the same thing. So now I'm going to do that. So just to double click on this, so I'm going to make use of the text box again, drag it here, then now write your dashboard, change it to dashboard. So now we have the three text boards. This will link to the dashboard, this will link to the raw data, and this will also link to pivot. So now you just click on this, click on it, right click on it, go to link. Now go to document, place in this document, then click on dashboard, come to this place and click on screen tip, then write dashboard. So that will link to our dashboard. So do the same thing here, click on this place and click on there, then write dashboard again, copy it because I'm going to use it in the next one. So now go to raw data, do the same thing in raw data, then screen tip. Okay, so if I click here now, it takes me to my dashboard. You can see it. I'm going to do the same thing for raw data too. So right click on it, link, click on raw data, then screen tip, this, right? So now take me to raw data. So now go to pivot, click on raw data. So take me to raw data. So now if you click there, it will take you to raw data. If you click here, it will take you to dashboard. So now the next one to link is my pivot. So click on pivot link. Then here come to this place, pivot, screen tip, pivot, right pivot. So now go to raw data. Go to raw data, do the same thing for pivot here. Link, then right pivot, click on pivot, screen tip here. So now we have connected all our sheets now so we can actually click it from our Excel or from our from our different sheets, from our dashboard or from our pivot. So if you're in dashboard now, you can go to raw data. If you're in raw data, you can go to dashboard there. You can go to, so you link this dashboard, dashboard. So you do the same thing for the three, you link everything together. So if you are here, link this too. So once you've linked everything, okay, it has been linked. So if you click here now to take it to dashboard. So this is how our dynamic dashboard is now. Now we've been able to create this beautiful interactive dashboard. So now what you need to do is to do this, recreate this, and then post it on your LinkedIn page and tag me here. Comment and give me feedback on this particular dashboard. Like, share, and also make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Thank you for coming to my channel. Bye.